Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, this is the third linear regression question that I'm doing from the Delta Math assignment. Now, this one is important for a couple reasons. This example is comparing the hours spent studying versus test scores. So, what we're going to do is run a regression and see how those two variables interact, the strength of the correlation, and then we're going to go from there. My guess, your guess should be the more hours you spend studying for a test, the higher your test score should be. So this is going to be a positive correlation. Now, the reason that this is important is later on in this next week or next month, I am going to give you guys the data from the third benchmark, and I'm going to include two variables. One variable is going to be the benchmark score for each student, and then the other variable, the independent variable, is going to be the number of absences. And then I want you guys to take the data and you guys are going to run a regression, come up with the equation, and also come up with the correlation coefficient. This is what everyone is going to have to do. I think this is a worthwhile project. But let's get to this one. So right now, let's go here. So I've already entered the data here. I made it, this is the X and Y, but hours is the independent variable. Scores is the dependent variable. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, just like we've done in the other ones. I am going to put the X hours here, and then the scores I'm going to put here. And you can see it's kind of a upward sloping line, so it's a positive slope. So now I'm just going to do, all right, let me go back and say one thing. The most important thing for linear regressions is making sure you enter the data. So when you enter your data here, make sure that every number is perfectly entered. Because if you mess this up, your regression is going to be wrong and you're gonna miss questions. So the most important thing for these, because once you know it's going to be menu 461 and the calculator will spit out the equation, but you got to enter the data right. Now, having said that, let's go. So now all I'm going to do is menu 461. Here is my equation. Now, let's go back and see what we're supposed to round it to. We're supposed to round it to the hundredths place, and the correlation coefficient is also supposed to be rounded to the hundred. So let's do that. So this one's already done. So it says 7.79x plus 34.27. So that is what we're going to enter right here. Let me move this over a little bit. So this is going to be y equals 7.79x plus 34.27. So that one's done. Now, we got to do the correlation coefficient. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here. We're going to go to the main calculator screen. We're going to do menu statistics 6, and then we're going to do stat results. And there we go. It's folded, which means there's something in there. We press enter, and we're looking for the R. That's the correlation coefficient. So it's a positive 0.9815. We need to round this to the hundredths place. So just like before, when we're rounding, first things first, find your place. The number is 8. It's the second decimal, right? Yeah, what you got to do is look to the right, the number to the right in his face. If it's 5 or above, give it a shove. If it's 4 or below, just let that shit go. So in this case, it's the 1. So that's 4 or below. So we're just going to drop all of that stuff. And our answer is just going to be 0.98. So if I go back over here, I'm just going to type in a positive 0.98. Now, that is a very strong positive correlation. Remember, let me go back to this split view. Let's look here. Remember, the closer you are to $1, uh, so this would be a positive 0.98. So that's really close to $1. So it's very strong. That's all you have to say. It's a strong positive correlation. And it is what you should expect. The more a student studies, the higher their score should be. There's always exceptions, but generally that's what the correlation is telling us. The more you study, the higher your score is going to be. Now, so that's it. Now, this is the last one I'm doing, but as I said at the beginning, I am going to give you guys the third quarter benchmark data for all of the classes, all of the students. And what we're going to do is we're going to run a regression, and the two variables that we're looking at, the independent variable is going to be the number of absences that students have and what their score for the third quarter benchmark is. And what we want to see is there any correlation between the number of absences and your test score? That's what I want you guys to be able to do. So when you guys get that data, if you aren't sure what you need to do, come back and watch this one, because basically everything that we've done here is what you're going to have to do. All right, I'm going to stop this and I'm going to post. I hope you guys are good to go.